This is Hannibal for a quick wrestling news update. But first, highly suggest you check out my interview with former WWE Intercontinental Champion Ahmed Johnson, the first black singles title holder in WWE history, former WCW star. Very, very good interview. Very nice guy. Think he's misunderstood, and honestly, I really like him. Let's jump into the news. Endeavor, the parent company of UFC and now WWE, is apparently going to be taking over WWE in mid to late September. And according to news sources, plans are underway to make cost cutting savings. Immediately upon the closing of the deal, the new company is going to be called TKO Group. Of course, the combined WWE UFC company is worth 21 billion. One of the things I can definitely see them getting into cutting right away is developmental. Maybe not the whole developmental, but there's a lot of wasted money in developmental, especially now with AEW. And there's so many other places to draw from. It's not like they need to make their own competition anymore. And developmental loses a lot of money. But I can also see them doing what they do for UFC, not paying. I mean, The Rock just had to buy a UFC fighter a house, for crying out loud. I'm sure the very top stars are still going to make good offers, but I don't know if they'll be as passionate about getting some of these guys and keeping them out of AEW like WWE, because as I've said before, UFC has shown they don't care about letting top guys like Francis Ngannou go. In other news, Carmella, who's off pregnant right now, so she's going to be in no rush to return. TD Garden in Boston has a buy one, get one free deal for the September 8th Smackdown episode. Obviously, tickets not doing too well there. They have to resort to that in a major city like Boston. Fast X featuring John Cena is out today on Blu-ray and DVD. Not sure if I'm going to see that, but I did enjoy the John Cena Jackie Chan Netflix movie that I did a review of the other day. I forget the name of it. Too many concussions. but yeah, it was a good movie. And as far as this new WrestleQuest game that apparently I'm in some form, the date for WrestleQuest has been pushed from August 8th to August 22nd. The Marty Jannetty Dark Side of the Ring tonight is tonight. I was told I was in this episode. It remains to be seen if I will be or not, but they told me I'm in it. Corey says cutting costs mean they never enjoyed paying shit to begin with. Just to show you how cheap UFC is, the bonuses are still $50,000. Okay, so they're only giving out. Sometimes Dana White will be very kind and give out an extra $50,000 bonuses. If a fight was really good, he'll give two fight of the nights. But I mean, it's been $50,000 for a long time, and the company makes a hell of a lot more money now, and it's still $50,000. I'm sure there'll be a Mike McGurk and Nails interview eventually. I'm positive of it, but Mike McGurk was supposed to work for the Hannibal TV at the WrestleMania in Tampa. If COVID hadn't shut that down, she was going to do what David Penzer had been doing for us. Go there at WrestleCon and do interviews, which maybe at some point we'll do again in the future. I know Jack Kilby is going to be covering an upcoming event, but I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag too much. Speaking of Jack Kilby, tickets are on sale now for his next Great North Wrestling event featuring Rene Dupree, November 4th in Renfrew, Ontario, in the Ottawa Valley. Once again, check out the Ahmed Johnson interview I just did. He was over. People can talk shit however much they want. he was over. And I know all about backstage politics and jealousy. I'm not saying that he may have been like the ultimate politician, like a Kevin Owens type, that is a master politician, or Triple H, the all-time best ever politician, ends up marrying the boss's daughter. But I mean, Ahmed never reached his potential. But again, he also gave up. He had had enough at one point, and he talks about it in this. He didn't even really want to do WCW. Stevie Ray convinced him into it. And thank you, Jeff. Ahmed was awesome. And he gave us more time than he said he was going to give, too, by the way. Have I had Gail Kim interactions? I believe she was on the first TNA event I promoted the first TNA events in Quebec in 2007. I believe she was wrestling Awesome. Oh no, it was Miss Jacqueline against Awesome Kong on those shows. Sorry. Gail Kim I met at the WWE tryout I was hired from. That obviously didn't go through. Never got another chance. You can say it's because of I had hepatitis. They've never brought anyone back that's had hepatitis before. And by the way, people don't like to announce that they have it for that reason if they have it. A lot of the old school guys did. Um, but yeah, they had Ken Kennedy, Gail Kim, and Chris Jericho give speeches to us over the course of that week. I think a few others, Johnny Ace, Dusty Rhodes, and Gail Kim was giving a speech. Which, by the way, um, CM Punk's wife, AJ Lee, was hired from that tryout. She was the girl, and I'm almost positive. I'm pretty positive his name wasn't LA Knight back then. He was taken from that. Mason Ryan, Darren Young had the longest career so far. I think LA Knight's going to do well though. But as far as Gail Kim, I just met her there. At various points in time, I tried to get interviews with her, and she never ended up doing them. So I really have no opinion on Gail Kim. All it was a handshake. Never really had any interactions. Wrestling changed so much, yes. I mean, I like to know the news. I like to know what's going on. The behind the scenes stuff is interesting. The stories are interesting, but like I honestly I watched the Jackie Chan John Cena movie on SummerSlam Day, and I don't regret it. SummerSlam seems not something I would have liked to have watched.